show, Ask Us Anything or what?
Yes, you must. Welcome. Hello.
Hello.
To.
I need
ask. No, hang on.
Ask us
anything. Your name is?
Nico Boshoff with 2 F's.
Yes. My name is Hanyo Stier with no F's. Ooh, Land Rover. The 2.8? Nice. We must do a special on the 2.8 ones.
If anyone sees a Land Rover short wheelbase,
yes, or a pickup long wheelbase, 2.8,
please let us know.
The M52 BMW engine.
Oh yes.
Nice.
The same as the first 328 that came out.
And 528, yes.
It was tested in Car Magazine 7.19 seconds, 0 to 100.
The 328 was?
Yes.
Yes, I found that over the weekend while I was going through my car magazines. And I had a C280, which had 2 kilowatts less, but took another 2 seconds. Then it took 9 seconds to get 100. But I always say the difference between a W202, the C-Class, which was much slower, you just had to look at the door handles. I'll put them in.
Yeah.
The door handles of the Merc are like real huge chunky handles with chrome on them, whereas the BMW E36 is a piece of flimsy Tupperware.
That's why it was faster.
It was like half a ton lighter, I think. The Merc is a heavy old beast. And the one they did 7 point whatever was a 5-speed manual. And I've been looking for a manual C280 all my life until someone told me we didn't get them in South Africa, only overseas. Yeah, you got a C280 overseas, but not here, in manual. I think also 5-speed.
That was still the straight 6.
Straight 6,
and then it became V6.
M104, yeah, and then became a V6.
Okay.
So, the Land Rover, I also have that issue, which was in '98. They tested a short wheelbase, a red 2.8 BM engine one, and that did 9 point something seconds to 100.
Sure.
Yeah, which was fast back then. Yeah. Anyway, welcome back to Ask Us Anything. We have got quite a few questions, and we're going to run through them quickly. First, on the Suzuki Jimny acceleration. People love the Suzuki Jimny. We do. Do you like it as well?
I love it.
Cool car.
I don't have one.
So, this is quite a long question. We all know they're targeting consumers who need a budget multi-terrain vehicle, reliable. Could it cost to do... Would it have cost much to make this thing move properly and brake properly? No one is expecting a 6-second vehicle. But is an 8 or 9 second range rocket science? I'm sure it could have been doable with almost the same cost. Dear sir, called A.M, I think you're missing the point of the Suzuki Jimny. Because I heard an anecdote about someone test driving a Suzuki Jimny and it almost rolling over on a mountain pass. So they brought it back to the dealership and said it was a terrible car. To which I say, what are you doing on a mountain pass? Like a curvy, twisty road with a Jimny. Do you also complain about your Corolla not being very good in the dunes? That's not what it... The Jimny is not a high-performance car. People somehow think it's a performance car. It isn't. It is so far removed from it.
It's a crawler. Right?
Yes. It's an old-school 4x4.
And the new one is 1.5. The old one was 1.3, so...
1.3, I think.
Quite
a sprightly engine, new one, very good, but it's not a performance car. And solid axles and blah blah blah. It doesn't handle, and it's got skinny little tires. Don't race in a Suzuki Jimny. You've bought the wrong car, or you would.
What's the bigger version? The Suzuki Vitara. Right? It's coming in a 1.4 turbo.
Yes,
I think that's going to do well.
I went to the launch. Very good.
So they want that engine.
You want a Vitara.
Ah.
Right, next question from someone called Dima K on a BMW 540i acceleration. How fast would it be without launch control?
That's actually a good question.
It is, because we've had that before where I don't do it enough. Launch control is obviously a nice way to get a car going, but that sometimes the car's faster without launch control.
It's almost like there's a bit of a hesitation and the computer needs to talk to the wheels and then...
Or it just becomes too aggressive in the suspension and the drivetrain, and there's too much wheel spin and whatnot.
Yeah.
So, dear Dima K, if we get another 540i, I would probably do that again, because I think, was it the 540i where the launch control eventually malfunctioned? I did 2 or 3 runs and then it said overheating or something, so it actually malfunctioned. But it's a good point. We'll try that sometime with and without. Oh yeah, 5 to 8. Sorry you can't see that, and I'm not going to turn you around because that's the worst sound in the world. Ooh, Honda. Someone, Antono, asks, on the Honda Jazz 1.5 Sport CVT, that's the at 8 seconds, VTEC kicks in.
8 seconds.
At 8 seconds. And someone called AD, there's a lot of acronyms on our site, replied, no, it's gagging. So people, again, I had something on a CVT car.
It's mimicking, or is it the sound?
That dragging, slipping thing, people hate it.
We should have got the manual version. Overseas you actually get that in manual.
Yeah, and then you can probably call it a sport. Because
imagine
sport in CVT. No.
Imagine a 1.5 turbo, the 140 kilowatt version in the Jazz.
No, I want naturally aspirated, high revving, like the old Jazz.
Yes.
Remember the 1.5? You have a 1.4.
We've got a 1.4, the first generation.
First South African gen, or is it in general?
Oh.
How many Jazzes?
I think it's the first ever.
Overseas it's called a Fit.
I saw...
Is it? Honda Fit.
Yes, I actually saw one driving around here. Shouldn't say too loud.
Yes.
There's a lot of imports. Not on the road, which is not important.
Donkey Botswana.
But I saw a video actually where someone stuck a K20 in a Jazz with that weight.
You suppose we could put the video in this? Someone else's video. We'll ask their permission, see what we can get. Next question from someone called Peter McDowell. He sounds proper. On an RS5 Sportback, sounds in slideshow. Asseblief 'n review in Afrikaans oor die RS5.
Die RS5.
Nee man, Peter. He's speaking Afrikaans. He sounds very British, but he's actually Afrikaans.
Yeah.
We stopped doing Afrikaans reviews because our lead character emigrated. He was #not staying. And sorry,
that's quite funny.
Yes, and it took a jolly long time to do it, and we sort of all have day jobs, or we pretend to do. Right, Rafael Caponi on the Peugeot 208 1.2 GT line asked,
are you Italian?
Yeah, I think is he French? Oh, a beau crash sur les cylindres et fond. What he means, the font of his third cylinder is not beautiful. And then actually someone called Bugatti HIB required "Que comme prépare un champagne?" So the people asking themselves questions in French. If you're French, please go to our video and answer them. Thank you.
Google Translate.
I don't trust that. I've done that before as well and kicked out all sorts of weird stuff.
Yeah.
Then Nick McLean asks, 2017 Mercedes AMG C43 Cabrio. Must have a faulty car, they run 4.7 stock, so 4.7 seconds to 100. And indeed you are right, because that car did 5.8 or something. And
sure?
It didn't have launch control, or it did, and the car didn't pull very nicely. Also, every C43 we've had broken or faulty cigar lighter sockets, so we couldn't put the race logic box in, and we either had to take a battery or put it in the back or something.
That's interesting.
Yes, so they don't do the numbers.
Actually, some news, a lot of people won't know yet, is that the new 63 is going 2-liter hybrid. Did you know that?
I think I know, and I've suppressed that knowledge.
That's it, okay.
Because I'm a V8 fan, and I can't bear the thought of a 63 being...
Yes. Can you imagine?
Oh, what lovely weather we have.
Yes.
No, please, let's not get into that, and the names and the numbers and whatever. Do you want to read some?
Okay, is that...
Danny
Suzuki
Taylor.
Jimny,
Yes.
Danny Taylor, 5 months ago. I shouldn't have said that.
No, it doesn't matter.
Is it? Okay. What is the automatic 0 to 60 time? 0 to 60 miles per hour, 0 to 100 of Suzuki Jimny. Did you do that test?
Yes, that was a manual, and 5 months ago that gentleman did ask, and we only had the automatic one now. And I think I replied to him with the video link.
That was a
So,
blue one.
That was a blue.
Yeah.
Yes, the manual we had was like a shocking green one or yellow.
Mm.
Would you call it yellow
The
or
Mamba
green?
one.
What color would
That's
you
a
call it?
Green.
Green.
Yeah.
Some people say yellow. I don't remember which one I said.
Not green. Green.
Green. Yellow. Green. Lumo green. That sort of thing.
It will be interesting to. Obviously, the color will have a specific name.
We will find that specific
Yeah.
name and put it in now.
Mamba green. Okay, next one.
What?
Asked.
Oh, right. An Asian-looking font. Oh, yeah, that one.
He asked.
He or she.
Asked. Yeah. Sorry. 2019 Merc C200 Cabriolet.
Yes.
Acceleration. Equip.
EQ boost system. Equip EQ boost system. So does it have the EQ boost system? Which I also had to Google. It's got to do with the pressurized air or something that Volvo also has.
Oh, almost like pulse.
And EQ, also electricity, electric, whatever. And
Gas system.
yes. And actually
No
someone
cursing.
called Song Hu already answered yes. So
oh, okay.
thank you.
The answer is yes.
Song Gao. Much appreciated.
Okay, Adrian Popa. Are you the Pope? He asked, 2018 Duster Prestige acceleration and brake test.
Oh, like
You've done that?
Combined acceleration and
Yes.
brake test, yes.
Oh, is that a comment? It's a very nice video. Could you present also the tires?
Yes, could you present the tires? So I think what...
Do you want the tires or the name?
Bit of both.
Yeah.
Because I try and put the tires in, especially if it's a brake test. I say, this car had this size, that make, and they were in that sort of condition. But I think on that we only had like a sideways shot of the wheel or the tire. I'll have to find out. I don't know if I answered you, Adrian.
I quite like the facelift.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
Nice and short. Thanks for watching. Send us some questions in the comments. Start typing all your questions. Or on our videos, we'll pick them up eventually.
Remember to buckle up and keep left on the phone.
Excuse me?
We are stationary.
We're
on the
not
highway,
moving. On the
keep
highway.
left, please, on the N2.
Yes.
Please
Keep left, pass right for overseas viewers or anyone.
Oh, sorry.
Stay out of the passing lane, the fast lane, the overtaking lane, whatever
The
it's
A5,
called.
the M6,
The Route 66 from
Yeah.
I don't know, or
the
what is
Autobahn,
it? What is the one? I-5 outside Los Angeles?
the M5.
No, that's
It's the
not
biggest
okay,
car
we'll
park around London.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you're not passing someone, stay in the middle or far left lane, please. That's it.
That's it.
Thank you.
Cool.
Bye.
Bye bye. Ciao ciao. Au revoir.